Hey, everyone, um, I just wanted to, I guess, start off with allowing for everybody to, in the first place, ask themselves a very simple question: how did everybody and anybody who is in a position of power now get to where they are? So that question has psychological implications for some reason. It's like you ask yourself that question, and it becomes some kind of like inner struggle or inner turmoil. But I want to say that it's a totally fair question, as you have to ask yourselves, how did the people that are where they are now get where they are? And I can tell you that they did not get there under the environment that they are creating for the rest of us now. It's just not the case. Um, what it is, it's a mockery of merit. It's a mockery of hard work. It's a mockery of honesty. It's undermining all the values that our country, any great country, is built on. Um, it happens to be the country where I was born and where I live. So I get to speak about it. Okay. I don't get to speak about any other country. I get to speak about the country that I've dedicated myself to and that's given me a lot. So I just want to repay everything and possibly give more. And that is something that a lot of people want to do. Like people want to feel the sense of satisfaction of being the person that gave back, and that's totally fine, even if you do come from very little means. And so please, um ask yourself when you vote, and when you're judging anybody's character. For some people, it's not as intuitive and instinctive as it is for me, um, but it's okay. You can still get there, little buddy. All right, my little grasshopper, you can get there. Um, all you have to do is struggle with yourself and really just don't, let that question bother you. You can ask yourself, how did everybody else who is in the position that they are now get there? Was it by creating more obstacles than than they even had, than anybody should even have? I mean, I guess they thought it was so easy for them because I think that they were just kind of like like the hoary people that like have each other's secrets. That's my opinion. It doesn't have to be yours. I'm not saying I'm just, I'm sort of judging by the things that I do know about them, by the facts I do know about them, and a little bit of instinct and that, and woman intuition thing, because I am a woman. And too bad for some people. I mean, some people don't like it, but whatever. I would have been just as happy being born a man, but I was born a woman, so here I am. So I happen to think that that is how they got far, and now they just want to like throw like sand in our face, like to like blind us from what's really going, because they play dirty. They're like like somebody that races with you and sticks with you and tries to run with you the whole time, and is always kind of like getting by and buying time, but at the same time tries to weaken you, and the second that you take the higher road, that's when they turn around and do the exact same thing that you were fighting for. This is the trash that we're dealing with right now in office, and by stealing elections. I don't care to say it. I mean, people across the world know it, and people that can't admit to it are not sane. Like they're intimidated. And by the way, when this kind of trash loses their ability to intimidate anybody, they lose all their power. They lose all their leverage. They're gone. They're like destroyed. They're like if you had thrown acid on them and they're a cartoon. and then they just disappear. So so don't worry. I mean, don't be intimidated. That's all you have to do is not be intimidated. Ask yourself, yeah, how did these people get there? Not by, throwing money like, like they're the pimp and we're just like their little housewives or whores out there, but that's actually not what I wanted to talk about. Although, because I was just watching that Liz Cheney was at the Ronald Reagan, museum here in Simi Valley. I mean, Californians are desperate. They're trying to, or the Democratic base, the liberal base is trying to um, remarket, rebrand themselves and into, uh, you know, whatever it, yeah. I don't know. It takes more than marketing for some people, I'll tell you that. But she was there, and all I can say is that Liz Cheney named his rifles. Okay, so let's see how she feels about her getting. Oh, is that why she? But doesn't like think. Oh, come on, she's such a like a what do you call her? Like a parrot, she's just a parrot. Like you teach her what to say, and then she just goes and and then she just says whatever it is. But and the truth is she's envious of what Donald Trump accomplished in this world. Like most people in the government um, e- e- uh, swamp, we can't call it an establishment because then that would, when somebody that is actually going to promote um, Americans and the United States and bring back that sense of pride in America and to elevate us as a nation. The second that comes into play, that is when it's called an establishment. Like, yes, this is what was established. This is what our founding fathers intended. If our founding fathers made our Constitution so ironclad that we're living through the times, like we are currently living through the times as to why, like maybe for a long time we didn't understand why everybody was so peaceful about it. Like, okay, well, sure, like that's going to matter. Well, it matters now. This is when it matters. This is a reason why they wrote against tyranny from these silly, idiotic morons that want to come in and are going through like their little 30s, 20s, 30s, and I'm supposed to be jealous because I'm in my early 40s and I didn't get to be congresswoman, and now I have to bow down and I'm not supposed to have a brain because now she's in a position, which by the way, not only this mythical person and all of her life and everybody and everyone that's basically the same type of person she is, what they do is go after your kids. I mean, listen to Latini. I mean, this is infuriating. And little girls, let me lecture you. Stay away from my little girl. You go have your own little girl and do what you want with your little girl. Same to AOC, same to whatever mythical idiot moron these idiot men want to have as their, to hide under skirts, and all they're doing is getting STDs and trying to infect people that don't want to have anything to do with it. That's all they're doing. Because I'm so abstinent and so clean that it'll make people's head like turn. It's like, oh my god, like why can't she be a dirty Democrat like me? Well, because you promote all the wrong things. um Anyhow, so I just wanted to say one last thing. As far as Eric Garcetti's email to Angelinos today and how we're all inclusive. Well, actually that's not true. He is the first one that is not all inclusive. Not that I care. Um, I choose my company very wisely, and it's very unlikely that he would be on the list of people that I would like to include. Um, I do want to also add that he's talking about an era which is something a lot of the fake leadership likes to do is return to an era. So now they're ready to return to an era after you're destroying what our founding fathers and what we are and our foundation and what we are built upon to continue our progress, and you call yourself progressive and you call yourselves a person that is interested in anybody else. You're not interested in anybody but yourself. But he's going back to a certain era where people wanted to come here to be to prosper. It's not true. It's not the case. You are basically a part of the lie. I mean, this is not big lie, little lie. It doesn't matter. I mean, whoever thought of calling a lie a big lie is the big liar. Is basically the reason why I even have to create these videos. And I create these videos again, not because I want popularity, not because I even expect anybody to listen to me. I do it for me. I do it because I it becomes a seed in my own soul, in my own heart, that I know that it's out there. And if anybody wanted to challenge me, there's no reason for anybody to think that I was the type of person that went along with this bull crap. And so that is good enough for me. And you're the ridiculous one to me. So we're right, like, all right, that's how you want to see it. I see it exactly the same way, just the other way around. Um, I don't agree with what he's saying. He's kind of like a little boy, and he wants to. I feel like he's taking like the Biden approach, like to be a little kid, like a little boy that's just going to everything's going to be okay, like the false, um, idea that if you just think positive. Well, why don't you think positive and then deliver positive results in your executive position? I don't know. Like, why can't you? Like, it's like an impotence that really needs to be addressed. Um, or just like don't be a part of that world. I mean, you don't, and unless you want to end up as scummy as the people as the elder people in those offices now have come to rely on their own uh, uh, loyalty to one another and sticking to one another for for reasons that are just not merited and that are based on job security. Really, at the top levels, it's so petty. I know, but it's true. And so no, people in Mexico and other countries are coming here not because they want to prosper. Unfortunately, they're coming here because they want to escape crime. And guess what? They are not just bringing crime, they are feeding into crime that's already existing here. So it's a different time, my friend. It is an entirely different time. And if you can't own up to that and admit to it, then I don't know why you're actually a serious politician, because it's just not, it just doesn't meet muster. And yeah, neither do a lot of you. So no offense, and not at all.
What you're allowed to keep, right? If people were forced to keep things they no longer wanted, Jamie would still be married.